Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We're here for episode number 57. My name is Christian Dragonetti. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and Australian PJ professional, who's just as confused about the number of episodes that we've done, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Jolie, mate, what's going on?
I didn't make it that obvious, did I?
You just like, oh.
I was trying to think in my head. I'm like, 21 maybe? No, 57.
God,
Jesus. No, I'm good. I'm good.
You
And
good? Yeah, I'm not too bad. I've got a little bit of time off work at the moment, so I'm in
More golf.
at the very beginning of that. So I'm in the what some around the golf club might know as the Mitchell Cooper schedule. I've got an extended period of time off work where I'm going to be playing
Like the school
shitloads of
holiday
golf.
sort of thing.
School holiday golf. This is for me, which Mitchell loves, so I'm going to love it just as much.
I like it.
Let's get in. Should we get into recent rounds?
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
stick to the sketch.
Let's go straight
As
into
normal. As normal.
it. Do you want to go first or me?
Well, ours was both the same
They're
day.
both the same. So
Ours was yesterday. Well, at the time of recording, it was yesterday on Monday.
Monday the 10th, the public holiday.
We played out at Easton, nice and early. Went out at 20 to 8 or something, or quarter to 8 or something like that.
There's a bit of a story behind this round. I will not get into it here, but let's just say this. It rattled me. There's two things you need to know. We should not have played at Easton yesterday.
No.
At the time that we got.
I'm going to put it in different terms. We were very lucky getting the tee time that we did. Whether it was a mistake or not, we don't know yet. We pretty sure it was given to us and we shouldn't have got the tee time.
Correct.
But it was out of innocence.
Correct.
So we got to give it a tee time that we probably shouldn't
We
have
didn't
gotten.
force ourselves in,
No.
but we got a tea time that
No.
we really shouldn't have been given.
Yeah.
And the second thing about it is it rattled me for days.
Days. It still got you rattled. We won't explain what actually happened.
But there was a few conversations had between Joel and I where I was just like, I can't understand this.
Yeah,
Like, I got no idea.
He didn't like. I can say one of them. Like there was a formality side of things where for all those are listening. Majority of our listeners are Yarra Club members, and there's some external club members. Anyway, but generally, when you are reciprocal or have reciprocal rights to another golf club, there's a thing called a letter of introduction that, as a formality, you're actually supposed to do.
I had no idea about this as well.
And I shouldn't say supposed to do, but it's an old sort of, not an old tradition thing, but it's a formality thing that it's literally saying from one golf club to another, saying here's their golfing numbers, yes they're members here, blah blah blah. Is it okay to have this time? And it's a matter of respect.
It's a sign of respect from one golf course from the visiting members to the golf club.
It's actually a very, very simple thing, but it's made to sound all dramatic because, like I said, it's a formality thing, and
it's not practiced. Like from my own experiences, this is the first time I've had to do something like that, and it's never so I didn't know it was a thing.
No.
So you can argue that it's not very well practiced in recent times.
Generally, especially around the golf courses we're associated with closely, like your Rosanna, Heidelberg, and your Latrobe and Kew, and around those areas specifically.
Yeah.
No, it's not because we're all sister clubs and we all try and work
Everyone
together.
gets along.
Everyone gets along and we try to work together. So generally that sort of formality of a letter of introduction isn't
required
Whereas
as much.
we have players from Rich River, members from Rich River, that we get a letter of introduction every time a Rich River member comes and plays, or Yarrawonga or something like that, and vice versa. We send over a letter of introduction because it's not a normal thing for us to go there, them to come here, sort of thing.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like an introduction thing. So
Yeah, right.
It's a formality thing, and it's more for the head pro and the golf shop to know who they are and where they're coming from and blah 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 and how to cater. So that's why you were so like.
I was rattled.
Yeah, you came in hot on that phone call too.
Yeah.
Going, what is this bullshit? I'm like, well, relax. You're actually supposed to do that. He's like, oh.
Yeah, fair enough. But regardless, we were out at Easton yesterday, bright and early. The UME and SGM, which was lovely.
Yep.
I had 34 points and didn't start that great. I had 3 doubles on the front 9.
Yeah.
And then sort of steadied the ship. I had 3 doubles and 2 bogeys all day long.
You played considering those 3 doubles. Those 3 doubles were from lost balls.
Yep.
For one.
Two of them were. One was
the rest of it was awesome.
Yeah.
The rest of it, like when I say awesome, it was like probably some of the better golf I've seen from you
in recent,
in terms of the last probably 4 months.
Yeah.
Just because, like, those double bogeys, I'm not going to say came out of nowhere, but one of them almost missed the ball.
Yeah, that's true.
And then and the other one, was lost seed. But other than that, I'm like, he's hitting it pretty good.
Yeah.
Like you were hitting it solid.
I wasn't overly disappointed. Yeah, the doubles are doubles.
They hurt.
And they hurt.
They hurt.
But to only have 2 more bogeys after that on the back 9, par everything else, I was really happy and consistent.
That was good.
Putting was a bit off, and it's, new golf course,
All
haven't
those
played
work.
golf for a week. You can make up all the excuses you like.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the day.
No.
But ultimately, I was pretty impressed with how things are going, and
was solid, man.
another one of those rounds that
solid.
just tie everything in together. So
It was solid.
very solid. I'm out again tomorrow playing at Berg, and I'm fucking keen.
Man.
I'm so keen.
Man.
Can't wait.
Man.
You, on the other hand, let's just say one thing first. Between the 3 of us yesterday, nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, we couldn't pay for them to drop.
Oh yeah, it was a weird one. We had 2 out of 3 of us. Pretty much every hole had putts inside 15 feet.
Yep.
And I'm actually trying to think. I think the longest putt period we holed all day
Yep.
was my par putt on like our 3rd hole
Yeah, correct.
on our 20 on the 21,
Yeah.
which was that short par 3. I
Yep.
had like this 15-foot slider.
Yep.
And I went in, I'm like, oh, beautiful. Okay, rolling a rock, okay. And that was like the longest putt combined we hold all day.
Correct.
Everything else was
Yeah.
just didn't. It
Just
did
didn't
it.
wanna
Yeah,
go.
we didn't hold anything, eh?
And when I say like nothing dropped, we had power lip outs. We had balls kiss the lip.
Yeah.
We had everything else
Sit-
that you could
sit on
possibly
the edge
imagine.
and-
Sitting on the edge.
Yeah.
Just run out of legs. Just trickle past. Break too much. Don't break enough.
Yeah.
Like every fucking other option
The worst
except
part was
dropping.
the worst part was the greens were rolling pretty nicely. They were rolling pretty solid,
And we were all putting pretty decently.
and we were rolling the rock pretty nicely. It was
So-
just I think I found for one I was overreading them just a tiny bit. I was sort
Yeah.
of, and I've done that recently where I'm looking for more. I'm looking for more break. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know why.
Yep.
I don't know. So I've been but my round was I was actually trying to. I was battling something. This happened about 18 months ago where I had where my elbow, I think it's called tennis elbow or something like that, and it's really painful when you play.
100%.
When I'm not doing anything, you don't
I've
feel
had
anything.
it. I've had it. It sucks.
And I hadn't seen any sorts of pain or anything for over 18 months now, more. And the last probably 3-4 weeks, I've been playing a lot in preparation for upcoming schedule, which we're discussing. But
Yep.
and I had this tiny flare up end of last week,
Yep.
sort of thing, and it started getting actually really painful. And so what day was today? Monday. Did I play Sunday? I'm trying to think.
You played Saturday, I think you said.
I'm trying to think where I played. I played Henley on Sunday.
Correct.
I
That's
played
right.
Heritage
Ah,
out on
Sunday it was.
And the whole day, every shot was like I'd get to the golf ball and it'd feel like my arm snapped off. Like it was so painful. And I'm trying to battle it. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, not this again.
People who have
Like-
had tennis elbow in the past will know
probably
just
understand,
exactly. And people are probably thinking, it's golf. How can you get tennis elbow? The only difference between there's golfer's elbow and tennis elbow, and the only difference is where in your elbow you're getting the pain from.
So basically,
it's not
it
because
feels
Joel's
like-
going out and playing 6 matches of tennis during the
Nah,
week as
nah.
well. It's got nothing to do with the actual sport. It's just an injury that's been coined the name.
Yeah,
tennis
so
elbow.
basically, if you have your arm sort of half bent at a 45-degree angle, there's no pain, zero pain. But the second you extend it out like that,
Yeah.
it feels like someone's like just tapped a nail in between your actual elbow and your funny
quivering.
bone,
Yeah.
right in that nerve bit, and someone's gone like that. That's what it feels like. It feels like it fucking hurts, right? Especially when it's in the wrong spot, and it can really like sort of hurt the rest of your body as well.
Yeah.
So I've been battling that a little bit, and it feels fantastic today.
Yeah.
like which I'm thankful for.
It won't tomorrow.
Yesterday, yeah.
It'll suck tomorrow.
Sunday sucked, and I'm trying to, just figure out how to swing it without it hurting too much. And then yesterday was like there was a couple shots that sort of unconsciously came up, and
I knew you were in strive when you rocked up yesterday. We're hitting balls on the range, and you've gone, you're going to see some Freddie Couples tempo today. And I was like, oh, okay, no dramas. He's working on a couple of things, and you're just like, no, Melbo's fucked.
Melbo's fucked, yeah.
I was like, okay. And then I watched you hit 3 balls. I'm like, oh, you're struggling.
it's like the worst part was I've been hitting it really good,
You have.
and then the
And
reason
you hit it good yesterday.
I hit it good, and because at some points I'm like, okay, it feels okay, so I can start committing to a few shots.
Yeah.
Driver was good.
Driver was so good.
The longer stuff was really good because I'm putting a full swing on it. I don't know why, but hitting those 80-meter wedge shots, oh my god,
Yeah.
they hurt so much. It sucked. And
Yeah.
like everything inside 100 meters is sort of the best part of my game, and I wasn't
Yeah.
able to commit to some of them.
And that's only because you're getting a bit more steeper on the ball, trying to generate some more
hitting the
spin.
ground, and it's like sort of restricting up a little bit more, and some of it really hurt. But anyway, enough blabbering about my fucking arm. It's great. It's good now. Feels good today, so hopefully it holds on. But yeah, exactly.
Touch wood.
But I had 2 under par.
Nice.
Finishing, I was 2 under, like bogey free through like 11 or something like that.
Yeah, no,
and holding nothing.
No.
We didn't hole a single thing. And yeah, made a couple scrappy bogeys and then finished birdie to finish off. So
Yeah.
I'm happy considering. But
Yeah, that's it.
Tempo town.
A decent round. Now, before we get into the majority of today's topic, which is going to be a deep dive into what's happening for us over the next few weeks, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the upcoming golf day that we've got at the end of the month.
Yeah.
You're probably getting sick and tired of us talking about it, but I'm sorry, we have to do it.
Nah, fuck them.
Massive shout out to a few of the sponsors for the day. You can see the hats from Clutch & Co. And the 6-pack of beers from Moondog on the desk. Thank you to those guys. Thank you also to H Golf, Flat Stick, Wilson Golf, and Marcus Raptopoulos coaching. Raptor. We're really looking forward to this golf day. Spots are just about sealed up. I think it's
done now.
I think it's all done as you lick the fudge out of your bloody
I'm enjoying myself. Leave me alone.
frappe. Yeah, so we're really excited for this. It's going to be a ripper day, and we're going to get stuck into it. We're going to hopefully have Mark from Chasing Birdies on soon.
Oh, good.
And we'll have a chat to him about the day and what he's got planned and just get a bit of an idea of who he is and what he's done, because Chasing Birdies has been around for a little while now, and it'll be good to get to know what they're all about as well, and what we can expect from the day and the end of the month.
Beautiful.
But yes,
like you mentioned to me earlier, you just wanted to give everyone
a bit of an update.
More of an update, just like
because there's some exciting things happening aside from the golf day and the head covers, which you can still contact me about and try and order. There's a couple of things happening, right? Around the sort of topic of golf as well, and but today's the 11th of March, and on Sunday the 9th, I turn 30.
fuck. You don't look a day over 50.
Thank you.
I mean that from the heart of my...
I feel it too.
I mean that from the heart of my bottom. You don't look a day over 50.
I feel it too. So, so it was a lovely time celebrating with friends and family over the weekend and last weekend as well. But there was a bit of a story, and it'll get exactly into. I want to share this story. I think it's pretty sick, right?
Let's hear from your side, and then I'll.
You will, because it's going to lead in nicely to what we've got coming up. All right. So I mentioned earlier that I'm in a bit of an off period at work, and I've been trying to extend my hours as much as I possibly could.
Yeah.
Talking to my boss and whatever else about, maybe coming in for a day or two throughout the shutdown, whatever it might be. And we agreed upon some dates towards the end of March, just before the golf day. So I go to lunch and I ring Al, my fiance, and I go, hey, listen, here's a go. Boss wants me in on these days. And she goes, yeah, sounds great. Awesome. That'd be great. Don't have to use up too much annual leave, whatever. And I come home that afternoon and I can tell she's frazzled, right? I don't say anything to her, but I can tell she's just had a bit of a hectic afternoon. And I ask her, I said, are you all right? And she goes, yeah, just work's been full on and busy and it's been a hectic afternoon and I'm sick of everyone. I just wanted everyone to leave me alone. I was like, okay. So I'm sitting on the couch just outside with a dog and just playing with him and saying hello. And she nicks off into the bedroom, comes back out with an envelope. And I'm like, here we go. She's serving me divorce papers already. And she goes, she looked me dead in the eye and she goes, I didn't want to have to do this now, but you mentioned work. I need to tell you now. Happy fucking birthday.
Yeah.
Right? It's a bit early, I know, but happy birthday.
When was this? What day was this?
This was about 2 weeks ago. So this is probably around the, hang on.
Do you want to say 1st of March?
Yeah, around, that first week of March. Yeah, 1st, 2nd, maybe even the 4th of March.
So for when you're listening, Drake's birthday was exactly 6 days ago. So on the
correct
8th, 9th.
The 9th. So I reckon around the 4th or 5th of March. So a few days before my birthday, maybe even earlier. Yeah. And it might have even been the week before, maybe the end of Feb.
Let's go with that. 1st of March. We're saying 1st of March. Fuck it.
Around there. And she hands me the envelope, happy birthday, whatever. And I open it up and this is what leads me into the next little bit. My fiance is gifted me a trip to Barnbougle to stay for a night and play both golf courses. And the caveat is, you're coming too.
Yeah. I don't know how the fuck I've been put in the middle of this. But yeah.
Neither do I. So she's like, yeah, I've been planning this for the last however long with Joel and trying to figure out flights and accommodation and golf and all that kind of stuff. And to your credit, she said that you'd been extremely helpful organising the golf aspect of things and keeping communications with Barnbougle themselves.
I don't want to take anything away from her, but I did most of it. only because I said, this is my field. This is my category. If you want something organised to do with golf, leave me with it. I'll keep you in the loop.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'll show you the email chain later.
I've seen bits of the email chain, and holy moly, it's long.
Fuck
right?
me.
So to say the least, I'm extremely grateful for the both of you guys for organising this. It's been a couple of weeks now since I found out about it all, and I don't think it's actually sunk in just yet.
You're not.
I'm not. According to you, I'm not as excited as I should be. I'm excited.
Not as should be, but it's like you said it perfectly on the phone. You said you won't start getting bubbly until we're basically getting to the airport.
Yeah, correct.
And then it'll be like, holy fuck, we're going.
I'll be like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah,
just like,
yeah. Whereas,
right?
because this has been, because she asked me back in, I want to say start of Feb.
Yeah, right.
Start of Feb. She goes, what do I do? She goes, it's 30. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
The fucker's over halfway through his life now. Right?
49 and I'm out.
he's tapping out at 50, right? Nah. She goes, 30 is a big deal.
It is.
20, like when you turn 16, 18, 21, then it's 30, 40, 50, blah, blah, blah. It's 10-year increments from there.
Correct.
Like when you turn 31, no one's giving a fuck.
No one cares.
I'm not even saying happy birthday next year.
That's fine.
No one gives a fuck.
Honestly, that's fine.
Dude, I turned 23 and Dad goes,
yeah.
"It's your birthday yesterday." I'm like, yeah, no, I'm kidding. But no, anyway, so it's a big deal. And she goes, this needs to be red hot. This needs to be red hot. And she goes, talk to me. Like,
what can we do?
She goes, it's one of two things. It's either darts or golf.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I know just as much as you about darts and equipment. I know fuck all. I just like throwing them sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm not that into it. I like watching the darts sometimes, but other than that, we're not near as invested as you are.
And this is a credit to her acting skills because I had my eye on this piece of darts equipment. It's an automatic scorer. It's quite expensive, right? And I kept dropping hints that that's what I wanted because it is, right? Ultimately.
Yeah.
And she played it up as though like that's what it was as well.
The best part about this, about what you've actually just said, is because the day we played at Rosanna, we were on like 14T or something, or 13T.
Yeah.
And you said, I know what I'm getting for my birthday. And I'm like, do ya? Right? I'm like, oh, yeah, what's that? I'm looking at Michael going, fucking idiot. Right? Anyway, and you're like, you know that self-scorer? Anyway, this darts thing. And I'm like, oh, that'd be dope.
Dickhead.
I'm like, that sounds sick. Like, cool. And I'm like trying to not smile and shit like that. And then I literally was on the phone to her an hour before you got there.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, so it's this, and like budget, blah, blah, whatever it was. And then I called her on the way home going, he's bored and he's fucked. I'm like, he's got no idea. Right? She's like, best thing ever. Anyway. Yeah, it was like, and because you said that thing about work, that you had to sort out those days, we were actually going to tell you on Saturday.
Yes,
at
I
your
know.
fucking dinner thing or whatever you had. Anyway, and she goes, I need to tell him now. So I'm like, go for it. I don't give a fuck. Like, go for it. But yeah, like she said, it needs to be a big deal for 30. And that darts thing, I'm like, that's all well and good. But if he wants something with darts, he just goes gets it.
Yeah,
like
correct.
you've already got your hockey, your full setup, your ring light.
I'm ready to go.
You've got the lot. You don't need much more.
Nah.
You've got your iPad set up. I'm like, and like I said, I've got my dartboard on a wall with a bit of tape on the ground. That's all I got.
Yeah, I've gone all out.
Like
with the darts.
you're doing the lot. So, and I said to her, equipment wise, he's got his new irons. He's got very, very recent upgrade of woods.
Yeah.
And he's got one of the best putters on the market. I said he doesn't need anything.
No.
He's got his MGI. He's got his new golf bag.
I'm sweet.
He's
I'm
kidding.
honestly sweet.
I said needs an experience, and I thought Sydney straight away.
That's what, and when she handed me the envelope and I saw, play and stay, I was like, oh, we're going to Sydney. Awesome. And then I kept reading up.
Because I mentioned to you so many times how cool Sydney is, and I've got a couple guys up there that we can go see and play with, and
that's
like
where
your
I started
Pimble and
connecting the
Yossi,
dots.
St. Mix and stuff like that, and play those three. And because they're just as good. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
The Aussies Disneyland.
Yeah.
The Aussie's unbelievable, right? And so I'm like, where's sort of like close-ish, but it's like a package deal.
Yeah.
So I'm
okay.
like, Yarrawonga's good and stuff, and Toke's good and stuff, but it's not.
Toke would have been cool.
It's fantastic. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing, but it's not that magical. You know what I mean? Like you can just go up there on a weekend. You know what I mean? You just drive up, right?
True.
So then in my head, and anyway, I'm like, all right, leave me with that. I got to go, blah, blah, blah. Like that later that day, I call her. I'm like, Barnbougle. And she's like, where the fuck is that? I'm like, Tassie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's like an hour flight. And she's like, oh, yeah, right. And we weren't that sold on it at the
Yeah,
start.
correct.
Blah, blah, blah. Like I said, this is start of Feb.
Yeah.
Right.
Early stages.
Anyway, and she looked into it and she goes, oh, there's only like a winter package like in June and July. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a base rate. Anyway, the more and more we looked into it, the more and more I'm like, this is actually like half the price of that dart thing.
Yeah, right, okay.
So she's like, sold, hook it up. And I'm like, all right, let me know. Like, because I thought you two were going and she just needed my help.
Yeah, right.
And she goes, then about a week later, she goes, you're going. And I'm like, what the fuck? Hang on, why? And she goes, well, it'll all be well and good if I went with him, but it's like him playing by himself and me just sitting in the cart. May as well be a 2-person thing.
It
She
makes
goes-
sense.
She goes, if I'm paying for it, you're getting the most out of it.
Yeah, it makes
Right?
complete sense.
So I'm like, no. If I have to.
Twist my arm. Fuck.
I'm like, if I must go play Barnbougle.
And I cannot stress this enough, right? When it comes to my passion for golf and my obsession with it at times, I have, and this is going to sound yuck, right? But I have the perfect like partner for it. My fiance lets me
right.
do anything I need to do.
yeah.
Like she'll, crack the shits a little bit if I buy new stuff or, come home with a new set of wedges when I told her I wasn't going to and all this kind of stuff. But ultimately she doesn't care. She doesn't care that I play on a Thursday night every week with SGM. She doesn't care that I play on the weekends. And for her to turn around and say, well, no, like he's not going to get. I would have had a great time with her if she'd ever come.
I know, absolutely.
Let's get this straight, right? I would have had a great time if she had come along. But for her to, turn around and go, nah, you should probably go.
Yeah.
It'd be sick for you guys.
She goes, it'll just be a better experience if he's like.
I'm still trying to convince her to come.
Oh, that's what I told her.
I'm still trying to convince her to come along. It's not going to be that hard.
But it was her idea.
Yeah, it was her idea. So
right.
I'm trying to convince her to come along anyway. Like it's an extra flight. Big whoop.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So we jet off at the end of the month around I think it's the 26th and 27th.
On a Wednesday.
Yeah,
we
with
fly out
26th
in
and
the morning.
27th.
So the schedule is we fly out Wednesday morning. We get there. We tee off at, I think it's 1:30.
1:30 on the Lost Farms.
On the Lost Farm
Yep.
on the first day. And then you come in. I think we go have some food. We have a bite.
It's full on. Like there's like a dinner reservation at the
Where is
restaurant
there?
and everything.
Jesus Christ.
Like she's gone all out.
Candlelight. That's going to be so cute.
I can't wait to hold your hand and eat a steak.
Nah. Don't. Oh, God. I don't want to go anymore.
And then we get up early the next morning on the 27th and play the Dunes.
Yeah, then I think it's like 8:30 in the morning and then...
Fly back on that night.
like 5 o'clock or something.
5 o'clock.
And it's
6
only...
o'clock.
The flight's like an hour 10. It's something like that into Launceston. So, yeah, that's
coming.
How's that for a fucking birthday present?
I know. I'm
The
honestly...
only downfall is I'm coming.
Yeah, I know. I'm honestly, I'm still in a little bit of shock, to be honest, with it all. It's been a couple of weeks.
It hasn't clicked yet.
It hasn't clicked yet, and it will soon, but I can't thank you guys enough for doing that for me for my birthday.
It's
I
because
really
we've been
appreciate
talking about it for so long, especially me and Ali. Like we've been like discussing it for a while now. That it's like I can't fucking wait. I'm buzzing because I wanted to play down there. I've never played there before, and I've wanted to play down there both for a couple of events. There's been events there before that I've wanted to go play, like especially amateur stuff.
Of course,
4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, even recently, I'm like, I just got to figure out. Like me and Raptor have been speaking about it for ages.
Got to figure out
go
getting
down there, then Adelaide, then Sydney, and stuff like that, and start moving around a little bit. And now I'm like, oh my god, I'm finally going to go play these 2 top 100 courses in the world.
In the world.
In the world.
We were looking it up. So Al hands me the voucher and everything and the present, whatever, and then 5 minutes later, she calls you. And I'm like speaking to you on speaker. I've got my laptop open and I'm looking it up. And I think according to, US Golf Digest, the Dunes is ranked 11th in the world.
11th.
11th. and
Jesus.
lost farms in like 82nd or something in the world, but you're still talking
11th in the world.
11th, bro. Something, or maybe 15th, something stupid.
Really?
Yeah, it's up there. It is up there.
Jesus,
From
I
memory.
didn't think it was that high.
Let me see if I can get it.
I thought they were both around that 40 to 60 mark.
Nah, it's up there.
Fuck, I didn't think of. But
This is
you know what was originally meant to happen?
what's that?
So originally she was gonna print out she was gonna make up a mock, like a fake, not fake, but like a mock package thing.
Yeah,
like
right.
on Word doc and just print it out and laminate it as if they've sent us like a criteria. So she was going to make it a whole like this piece of paper that says your tea times, what you've like the stay and play package, basically make our own, right? And then I said, all right, print out the plane tickets as well and put them there as well. Sort of like anyway, what she forgot to do was take my fucking name off the actual golf bookings. Because I told her, because if I'm there as well, then it's not going to be, the whole plan was for her to give you that and then go, by the way, I've booked Joel in as well because I feel like it's better for two golfers to go rather than one playing, one sitting in the cart, blah, blah, blah. That was her explanation.
Yeah, right, okay.
So, and the plan was for you to, once you got presented with your thing, you two were going to call me and go, oh, by the way, are you free on the 26th, 27th or something like that?
Yeah.
And I would have been like put on the whole song and dance performance. I would have put on the biggest lying performance you've ever seen.
Yeah, right.
Right. As if you're calling me, telling me for the first time, even though I'm the fucker that just organised it. Right. And then on the phone, you'll be like, oh yeah, you're going to Barnbougle for Drags' 30th. And then I would have just lost my shit as well and got all excited. Right. And that was meant to be the plan. And then she calls, she goes, Joel, I fucked up. I'm like, what? She goes, I put your name on it as well. I'm like, you had one fucking job.
Jesus Christ.
So we're just on the phone going back and forth.
Look,
but
as good as she is, she struggles to keep things together in times of great stress. But nah, she was fucking.
we had 45-minute phone calls and it was just her repeating the same thing because she was stressed out.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it was like 3 weeks of stress. I'm like, relax, relax.
Well, I'm just looking it up now. I can't get the worldwide rankings, but in the country, according to Australian Golf Digest, it's 4th. Which is fucked.
Christ.
Cape Wickham is apparently number 1 according to this.
Really?
Yep. Wow. And then Royal Melbourne West, Kingston Heath at 3, and then PK North at 5.
Wow.
That's just locally, but I'm still trying to find the top 100 golf courses in the world.
Because the global ranking, Royal County Down took the biscuits.
Yeah, so
for ages.
I've just found it. Royal County Down, Augusta National, Pine Valley, Cypress Point, Royal Dornoch, Royal Melbourne West, Shinnecock Hills, the Old Course at St Andrews, Mulefield at number 9, Marion East. That's just top 10. Can I have the top 100, please? Why is it 2016? I don't want the 2016 ones.
Anyway,
Anyway,
calls that one.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. I can't wait.
I can't wait, man.
Yeah,
I can't
So
wait.
we've got some plans as to how we're gonna, what we're gonna do while we're up there. We're gonna obviously try and capture as much content as we possibly can.
Yeah.
We're also contemplating the possibility of maybe taking the podcast recording equipment up too, or some of it at least, maybe to record an episode while we're up there as a bonus.
Well, good thing is you got those wherever you put them.
What,
the microphones?
Yeah, they're just in the drawer there.
We could even do that. Like, we don't even have to take this stuff.
No, we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have
You know
to.
what I mean? Like, we'll do something there. You'll definitely see. There definitely going to be photos and videos and ace cams.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But in terms of an episode, maybe some.
I honestly
20
don't think it'll be that difficult to take most of the
Probably
equipment
wouldn't.
up.
It will
To
fit in the
take this up and maybe a couple of mics. And even I've got those old stands that we had originally.
Oh, true.
And
We'll
we
fit
can
in a
just
big
hold 'em.
backpack. We'll fit in a big backpack.
Absolutely.
Or
We've got 7 kilos each of carry on.
Oh, this
whatever
won't weigh
else.
7 kilo.
No,
Yeah,
God,
golden.
no.
Yeah, well,
We're
we'll do
gonna
something
be-
like that. That'll be awesome. 'cause-
So yeah, very much looking forward to that at the end of the month, just before the golf day as well. So if you come in to play with us on that golf day at the end of the month, we're going to be buzzing. Like
Yeah.
we're going to be on cloud 9 because we just come back from an awesome golf trip, and yeah, I can't wait, dude. And to be honest, like I said, I'm trying to convince her to come along because I reckon she's gone to all this effort.
yeah, that's what. Well, exactly.
She may as well come along and have a good time with us.
The only downfall is midweek.
That's the only shit thing.
That's the only shit thing.
But she can call in sick. Fuck it.
Sure, fair enough.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's going to be good.
Okay, get the
Gonna
golf
be-
ready.
Absolutely. The other thing I wanted to speak about, and this is occurring whilst you guys are listening to this, if you're listening to it on Friday. Heidelberg Golf Club Pro-Am for the 2025. Mm-hmm. We did a lot about the Pro-Am this time last year because I think we're only in like episode 3 or 4.
Something like it was very
5 or 6 maybe
early.
when it was, occurring last year. And again, shout out to Nat Stewart and Andy Stewart for getting us in touch with them and organising that last year. This year, we don't really have as much involvement as we did last year. However, you're playing this year.
Yeah, so I didn't play last year, but I played the year before.
No, you had another event on the day. So I went along. You might have had something on in Queensland maybe last year. Anyway, regardless. This year you're playing, and I'm going to be jumping on the bag.
Yes.
So very much looking forward to that. We're going to see if we can try and organise somebody to help us maybe try and film some stuff on the day because it'd be cool to mic us both up.
I'm gonna try and reach out to one or two of the guys, just to see if they want to just stay ahead, go to each green and tee box and just film a couple of things because, like I said, we've got those little microphones.
Yeah.
So you can actually be able to hear us talking and seeing some shots. And
absolutely.
Similar, probably like an upgrade version of that. The pennant video we did way ago.
Yes, correct. That just evaluated to a TikTok really, but
exactly
that sort of idea, following you around on the golf course with me on the bag, both of us, it'd be awesome if we could both be mic'd up.
Yeah.
Or me at the very least, and we can just sort of have someone off in a distance, out of sight, out of mind, holding a phone and a camera or whatever it might be, recording. That'd be cool. But I'm really looking forward to it, mate, because the last time I caddied for you was 6 years ago. You had some amateur event out at Kingston Heath, Vic Amateur or something.
Oh yeah, it was some. And it might have been Vic Am.
It was, and the best part about that day was the KFC on the drive home.
Oh, that was.
So that just says plenty about the golf on that day.
The golf was all right. It's just I had
you copped some bounces.
I don't know what happened. I think we've mentioned this before
briefly, and I don't think we want to talk about it. I remember I broke 80 just. I had 79 off the stick, but there was this 4-hole stretch where I went 7, 7, 7, 7. Yes.
I had 4 7s in a row.
Yes.
And I think it was like double, triple, or something like that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And
it was scary.
And I think I might have been actually more than 79 off memory, but
and at this stage of our friendship, we'd only been mates for about a year or so at this point. So you're having this.
I was also shit.
Yeah, but you're having a little minor meltdown on the golf course, and I'm looking at you going, I don't know what to do. I've got no fucking idea. Do I slap him? Do I just tell him to pull his head in? Do I, wrap an arm around him, tell him it's all going to be okay, give him a cuddle? Do I give him a couple of biscuits and a cup of tea, just trying to calm the nerves? No, had no idea. This time around, it's one round, which helps. I mean, the other one was one round too, but
yeah.
It's my golf club, and a golf club that you're very familiar with, right? And who cares?
It's a pro-am. So
it's a pro-am. So you want to try and put your best foot forward and try and create a result. Of course,
I still care, but it's also
it is what it is. What'll be will be.
And the good thing is, I know the course so well. I'm 100%, 110% aggression, like I am always. At that course.
Correct.
Like. You have your hand on a 2-1 on one of the holes and pulling dog or some shit. Like I'm going full steam ahead.
And knowing that early, right? Knowing that now, it'll change my mindset a little bit because I'll be able to try and give you a bit of an understanding as to what you can and can't do.
Well,
if you don't remember,
the good thing is you'll have the advantage of a bit of recency.
Yes,
like I still know the course very well.
Yes,
but it's also like last week this spot was softer than usual or something.
Whatever it might be. That extra member details.
Tiny bit.
Those extra member details that I'll be able to provide you, I think will help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're just going to go and have a bit of fun, right? It's like I said, it's my golf club. It's our biggest event for the year. It's been awesome to get involved in the last 3 or 4 years, just, either spectating or volunteering, jumping on the bag with you, or even last year, just recording some content and stuff. Yeah. That was cool.
Where was I last year?
I don't know. I think you might have been in Queensland or something. I think you were definitely interstate. You were flying out that day, I'm pretty sure.
Off memory, I might have been because I saw. Yeah, it would have been in Queensland actually.
Queensland.
I know what that was for.
Anyway, But no, very exciting. Very excited for it, and we should be.
I'm keen.
We should be very good.
Yeah. I'm keen as well.
Anything else you want to bring up?
Nah, it's just getting close to Q school. That's all it really is.
Yeah. Recently did you want to talk about Q school at all? Or no. No. So you recently, in the last 24 hours, have come across some things that you've been asked to sell.
Oh yeah. So there's a member at Heidelberg. Jesus. There's a member at Rosanna, and her husband was, well, once a pro, always a pro. But
Correct.
he was a head professional at one stage working at Rosanna.
Yep.
Back in the early 2000s, and he hasn't played for 15, 20 years.
Yep.
And a lot of golfers are generally, I wouldn't say hoarders, but
No, they're hoarders.
Hold on to a lot of stuff.
Yep.
We generally hold on to a lot of stuff, your previous set of clubs or wedges or putters or bags or something or whatever it may be.
Correct.
So, and around the club, there's been plenty of members that give me a few things to sell for them. Basically, They go, "Oh, can you help me out? You know, I don't know how to do this."
Yeah, correct.
Basically, they come in with a couple drivers or a putter or something like that, and distributed elsewhere, external to the golf club.
Chuck this on Marketplace for me, please, Joel.
Or something. Yeah.
Yep.
And I go, no problem. It's easy.
Yep.
Just you text a couple people. Yeah, he picked that up. Off you go. Like shit like that. And it's word of mouth. It's got around.
Absolutely.
And people start coming to me, yo, can you help me out? I'm like, no worries. Anyway, and this member, her name's Leslie, comes up to me and I'm sitting down on, might have been last Wednesday.
Yep.
Would have been, or Wednesday before, I'm not sure. Comes up to me and goes, I hear you sell stuff. So, and I'm looking around the pro shop going, we generally try to, like being a smart ass as usual. And she goes, no. So my husband, she just went on this rant and she goes, he has 11 sets of clubs in our garage. I'm like, 11?
11.
I'm like, what?
That's a big number.
And I'm like, right, what the fuck? I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, why does he get rid of it? And she goes, oh, he hasn't played in 15 years. And he can't anymore. He's 82 or something like that.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well. And she goes,
She's decided he's getting rid of them.
basically going, if you're not using them, off they go. And
Yeah, let's try and
blah,
make
blah,
it-
blah. And against his,
Best wishes.
preference,
Yeah.
he's like that. But she's got it over the line and said, all right, keep a couple things anyway. And yeah, he has like 46 putters or something.
Jesus Christ.
46, right? And I'm seeing these bags going, what the fuck? Right? And a couple.
Because you went and had a look at it yesterday.
I went and picked a lot of stuff up yesterday.
Yeah.
And just clear it out for him. And, I'm going to start trying to distribute them elsewhere. And yeah, so, and it's not a problem, but it's all left-handed.
Yes.
It's all left-handed stuff, which is one, it's a smaller market to deal with, but it's higher demand as well. Because getting left-handed stuff, there's not a lot of second-hand stuff. It's if someone's left-handed that wants to go buy something, they generally
Good
have to
luck.
generally have to go buy new shit.
And they're generally waiting.
And yeah,
Unfortunately.
like Luke, it sucks for Luke in the shop particularly. He waits a bit longer sometimes for certain things.
For like a set of wedges that'll take anyone else 3 weeks to get.
Exactly. So anyway, so if anyone's listening that is a left-hander, I know one of our listeners in particular is very, very good listener. He's listened to every app. He's lefty. So yeah, if you know anyone that's in the market that wants left-handed stuff, I've got oodles of it at the moment.
Yeah, correct.
To try and, sell for
And
this.
it's not all premium stuff. It's older, secondhand, but still high quality
It's still
stuff.
good stuff.
Right.
It's just not. You're just not going to have T100s in there.
No.
You're not going to have the new
GT4.
Callaways and stuff or
Nah.
GT4s. No, you're not. It's all a couple Ping Zings in there, and there's a couple. There's a couple Wilson sets. There is a couple of the nicer sets. Like there's very new Callaway Apexes.
Yep.
They're probably 5-6 years old, so
Yep.
very recent. And then there's the Ping I210s or something like that.
Yeah,
These
geez,
look
okay.
mint.
Yeah.
Right, I saw them. I'm like, they're going straight away.
Yeah.
Right, and then there's a bunch of putters, of putters and wedges, like heaps.
Cool.
Right, so yeah, if anyone's even
wanna
just
have a
wanting
look at this.
putter or
I wanna
wedge
have a
or something
look,
like that, yell out. I'm going to be chucking them up online.
Yeah, but I thought when Joel was telling me about it earlier, I thought, well, it might be a good opportunity to chuck it out on this platform and let people know that, yeah, if you've got a mate who's a left-hander looking for a new driver or whatever it might be, as we mentioned, it is hard to find stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
good quality secondhand stuff at a lesser price.
Yeah.
So if you are looking for some stuff, you're interested, let us know, reach
yell
out.
out.
If you don't have
Just
Joel's
yell
contact
out.
details, you can message us here on the podcast. I'll flick it on through to him.
Yeah.
through our Instagram, and we'll go from there. But yeah, just that's awesome. It's
pretty cool.
How often do you get to come across that sort of stuff though? Like it'd be never, because
No.
if he's a ex-head pro, and he's got 46 putters, how many people out there? Like I worked with a bloke at a previous job, and he was a hoarder, and he claimed to have 75 putters at one point.
Yeah.
And he'd just go to a club, roll a couple of putts in a new pro shop that he'd never been to before, and just go, "Yep, I'll buy that."
I like that one. Yeah.
$140, buy it.
We have a couple members at Rosanna, and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
And he would have no shit put 60 grand through the shop.
I'm not surprised.
Since he's been there.
I'm not surprised.
Like he comes in, he won't even hit a club. He goes, "I need a 5 wood," and just picks it up and goes, "Yeah, I'll do." That's the same shaft as mine. They'll do. Doesn't even hit it, or hit another one.
Yeah.
Like just comes in, yeah, they'll do. And then you see him the next week, and he doesn't even have that in the bag.
Yeah.
It's like, right. Anyway, but yeah. So, well, at one stage I had like 12 putters and I'm looking at it going, "Yeah, it's too much."
yeah, correct.
And sort of got rid of a couple, and
I got 3.
yeah.
2 of them in here.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, I'm never going to hit them, but like,
Yeah, but you'll especially professionals, like you'll find they have a lot of shit.
oh, of course, of course.
So yeah, anyway.
Interesting.
Anyway, one of your mates actually.
Yeah,
is
one
looking
of
for a
my
set,
mates
so
is looking for a
we're
set
actually
just
going to shuffle through them after this and
have a look.
have a quick gaze.
That's it.
So
Questions from the second cut.
Go for it.
Let's go. Where do you expect the dunes at Barnbougle to rank in your top 10 courses once we're finished playing it?
fuck, I actually have the exact same question.
Do ya?
Yeah.
All right, done. Easy. So
Not the exact, but it's
yeah, okay.
the same.
Okay, let me change
In my
mine.
top 10,
You can answer this one, and if you want to ask me yours, go for it. And then I've got a variation of this.
you got a variation.
I can ask you afterwards.
So to answer the dunes.
Keep in mind it's ranked top, let's say top 15 in the world, because it was pretty up there off the top of my head.
I could be proven wrong, because like I said, I've seen a lot of it on YouTube videos and online and stuff like that,
Quan's
and
got some
word of
good
mouth,
stuff.
and I've heard a lot of. I've seen it a lot. I don't think it will make my top 3.
Okay.
I actually highly doubt it.
Okay.
As amazing as it might be.
Yep.
Hopefully it does. Hopefully,
Yeah,
hopefully
absolutely.
it's
Hopefully
that
it does,
good.
yeah.
Hopefully it's that good. But if we have there's going to be factors as to where it places depending on 1, weather,
Correct.
and 2, if we catch the course on an amazing day.
Golf-
Like, I don't doubt that the course is going to be in phenomenal condition. I don't doubt it.
No.
But of course, you go to a sandbelt or something like that, and say you play the day after a medal day or something like that. You catch it, and the course is like the best you can see it.
Pristine.
Or you go 2 weeks after they've just caught it or scarified fairways, and you're like, oh, it's amazing, but damn
this,
it, bam,
right?
damn, like they've tidied it up a little bit. So hopefully we catch it on a nice calm day, and the course is mint. I reckon it might sneak top 5.
Okay.
So I'm going to go 5th or 6th. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to
Okay.
put it there based on what I've seen and what I've heard about the place.
And you've also got a pretty stacked,
I've got a very heavy top 3,
Top 3 or
5
4.
in terms of Australia.
Yeah.
I've got very stacked top 3 and top 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to say 5th or 6th.
Yeah, cool.
I'd like it to sit there. I'd like it to be that
on the
good.
topic of catching it on a good day, golf gods, if you're listening, please.
Just
We're 2 nice young boys from
Nice.
Melbourne, and we don't do an awful lot wrong. We just
I'd rather it piss down for our golf day. I'm saying it now.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll cop it.
I'd rather it rain for our
Sorry to
golf
all those
day.
involved.
So
Sorry
I
to-
apologize so much, but I kind of hope it's 50 Ks pissing
Yeah.
on our golf day
At
just
Yarrambat.
for it to be sunny during Barnbougle.
I'll take it.
Fuck, it's going to be the opposite now.
But no, to answer the question myself, I honestly, my top 3 was PK North, St Andrews Beach, and Moona Open.
Yeah.
It's to me, I can't see it not being in the top 3.
Yeah.
So everything I've heard and everything I've seen, like you said, again, if you catch it on a good day, who knows? But for the sheer fact that my top 3 isn't as stacked as yours, I reckon it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I was going to say, my literal question, got it written down. My literal question was, where would you place both courses?
Yeah.
So not just the dunes, but like would both make it
Oh,
Do you think they'll both
I
make
think
it?
comfortably both would make it.
And yeah.
And for the sheer fact that I've got some Yarra courses in my top 10. So there's spots for, other golf courses to take, but I comfortably think that they'll both be in the top 10.
Yeah.
But my variation of the question could be where, of all the golf experiences you've had, so like trips and events and everything, where do you think this one coming up to Barnbougle will rank amongst your golf trips? And
Well, so I've gone on trips and moved around the country for different reasons.
correct.
So I went to Sydney with Raptor and David last year.
That was just
for
boys
something
trip.
to do.
That was just a boys
And
trip.
it was so sick. Like
Yeah.
we played some phenomenal golf courses. Like we played the Aussie and Pimble.
Yeah.
We were only up there for a few days.
Yeah.
But we played like the Aussie, man. Oh, I've said it time and time again. And even Pimble. Pimble was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, cool.
Like loved that place. And I've gone over to Perth, played a fair bit over there. I've been over to Adelaide, but haven't played the ones that you recommend.
Absolutely.
I've played them all up in Queensland, played them all down here. I like I said, we haven't played it yet.
It's hard. It's so hard.
I think it's going to compete, not beat, but I think it's going to compete with the Sydney trip.
Yeah.
I'm saying it from a recency and just a sheer local bias that
Yeah.
nothing beats the Sandbelts.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like even to almost towards a global scale.
Yeah.
The golf courses we have down in Melbourne are just
That's a huge statement.
yeah, but it's
it's a
been
hu-
proven on the global charts as well.
Yeah, correct.
That there is better courses. Like
Out there.
you have your Royal County and you have your Pine Valley and you have your Augusta and stuff
I
like that.
think
That's
for-
just a given.
For golf courses per kilometre space, like
we have six to eight of some of the finest golfing experiences you can have.
Yeah.
Without obviously going to the
Globally,
top shit.
correct.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, in terms of a 10K radius, you can't really beat the Melbourne Sandbelts. Yeah, I reckon it'll compete with the Sydney trip.
Yeah, cool.
The Sydney, your Aussie and the Pimble, and we didn't play St Michael's or anything like that,
Nah.
or down on the coast. We played a coast course,
Yeah.
which was fun. Wasn't amazing. It wasn't amazing. Doesn't make it inside my top 100 in terms of golf courses, but
Right.
the experience was awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, maybe tied second with the Sydney trip.
That'd be cool.
I'll go with. Hopefully, it sits there.
No, that's it.
So
It's also the first time that I'll be playing golf outside of the state. I've only played golf in Vic.
really,
Yeah.
Oh,
Dead set. I've had holidays and stuff interstate and overseas and whatnot. I've
but you
just
haven't
never
hit a golf ball.
Never play golf. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm really excited for this
Jesus
one.
Christ.
I'm deathly terrified of traveling with the golf clubs. Oh my
Nah.
God.
You admittedly, your first time, it's all you can think about.
That's all I'm thinking about.
All you can think
That's
about.
all I'm thinking about.
Because and
To the point where I'm thinking,
I was the
what
same.
jumpers do I wrap around the like?
No. You do cover up. Like I
course.
generally, whenever I'm going into state, I do put a thinner doona cover and I wrap everything in a doona cover, especially
right.
the shafts.
Yeah.
But man, especially, well, I've only experienced it, but especially the domestic flights, they're all like, if you say it's oversized, they all see golf clubs. Like,
Yeah.
and
And especially to flying from Melbourne to Launceston, how many times would that crew have seen
golf clubs.
boys trip after boys trip
Like,
after boys
you-
trip fly
you've
through
you've
Tullamarine?
you've probably seen online a lot. You see those Instagram videos of, Delta Airlines or something like
Yeah.
that, or whatever it may be. Like you see those overseas trips and you just see these what are they called?
Baggage handlers.
Baggage handlers just fucking throwing golf clubs. Like you see that.
Yeah.
But I've no.
Yeah, okay.
I've had one experience.
Yeah.
Two. I've had two experiences. The first ever time I went to Queensland, we flew with Jetstar. Fuck you, Jetstar, just quietly. I'm saying that out loud.
Do you know who we're flying with?
Jetstar.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't feel
it's just because we've just had some shit experiences with it. But
Yeah.
anyway, and they're the cheapest for a good reason. Of
course.
Not the point. Sponsor me to help me pay for flights in future.
Dickhead.
Love you.
Come on, wrap it up. Let's go.
Qantas, I love you so much. No, anyway. And yeah, first time I went to Queensland, I get out, driver 3 would have snapped.
Oh.
Like there's a hole in the bottom of a bag of the travel cover. Like thankfully the bag and everything else wasn't covered. But yeah, it was during the Aussie Am. The first time I went up to Queensland during the Aussie Am.
right.
And I'm pulling up to a practice round with no driver of 3 wood. And so I lost it. I
Yeah.
lost it at customer. And they were fantastic about it.
Yeah.
They go, we can't, like, we're so sorry. And they end up getting new shafts for me that day.
Right.
Like from the shop. They covered with credit or whatever.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know how they did it, but they covered it with credit and stuff like that. So thankfully they honoured it and said that shouldn't ever happen. Must be just a freak
Accident.
something, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. Cool. And the other time it took over a day and a half for them to find my golf clubs. This was just the recent time I went to Adelaide.
That's what I'm worried about.
I get to Adelaide.
Considering we're flying and playing the same day.
Nah. If it's that short of a trip and at the times we're going, it's fine.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
Cool.
We'll be fine. But that's the only 2 experiences. And credit to the customer service when something like this happens. They're phenomenal.
Okay.
They're
good.
really good.
Touch wood it doesn't.
No,
right?
we'll be right.
Touch wood it doesn't.
We'll be right.
I'm so keen.
We'll be fine.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But no, a lot coming up in the next little while, next few weeks.
It's heavy.
Be sure to keep an eye on our socials to keep up to date with it all. We're definitely going to talk about Barnbougle and the golf day and stuff, plenty more throughout the weeks. Like I said, hoping to get Mark on possibly next week. Hopefully next week.
Would be great.
And yeah, we'll see how we go. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into this week's episode. We look forward to seeing you all next week. If you're watching on the YouTube, sorry, head down to the description, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify, chuck us a follow, 5-star review. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Check out the head covers, place an order if you're interested in those. Still collecting numbers at this stage, so it's going to be a little while still. And if you want to come along to the golf day, you're more than welcome to come down and just see us whack a few balls. But yeah, other than that, I think sponsor all wrapped up. Other than that,
Can't wait.
hit them very well. See you next week. Cheers.